I turned 30 a few days ago, and it made me look at my life as far as where I am in regards to myself. Where along my spiritual path does my current progress lie, and what is before me, and perhaps what is behind me? This is something that we all have to face periodically. Being 30 years old, that's kind of like it has nothing to do with being 30 years old or me turning 30. It has more to do with it being kind of like a mile marker. A place where it's just like, okay, I've been here 30 years. What have I done before now and after? Or what is my plans for after, rather? The funny thing is that I've had a lot of relationships. None of them were long-lasting, unfortunately. I mean, less a little bit. But I'm really looking for a partner. Female, obviously. Well, if you know me, obviously. Kind of clicks with the same amount of spiritual mission. Intensity of spiritual mission. Trying to accomplish something with the soul that we have. Now, I've always been open to many different kinds of people, and I am not someone who believes that someone needs to believe exactly like me in order for me to be with them. But as I get older and older and older, I start to feel like, it's not going to happen. It's starting to matter less and less. Because I know what I need to do in my spiritual mission. And I know where I've been. And I kind of think I know how to move forward. So finding a partner has mattered less and less. Doesn't mean I wouldn't love one. I'd love a partner. And my standards are completely spiritual, luckily. But, as I get older, there's other factors. There's other things to consider. How much longer do I have to live to accomplish my spiritual progression or mission? And mission. Now we can all accept a spiritual mission. But most people should accept a spiritual path of progression. Where was I spiritually a week ago compared to where I am now? Or a year ago, or a decade ago? Am I closer to the source that I follow, the source that I am connecting with? Am I more attuned to the God or goddess that I'm trying to connect with? Am I at a point in the relationship with spirits that it's an easy commune? There's a number of ways there's a number of paths, but also a number of ways you can follow all the spiritual paths. So, our spiritual lives are multiplicitous, but you have to decide for yourself where you are on your spiritual path. Where are you on your spiritual path? And does age matter? I'm not just saying that because I'm 30, because 30 feels old to me. It doesn't feel like my life has gotten to the age of 30 yet. But here it is. It is right before me. It is reality. And it requires a optimistic and dedicated reshuffling of the deck. I have to assess where I am, who I am, and how I'm going to move forward. But that doesn't necessarily have to be done at like age milestones or, various times in your life. It's just something to keep in mind and to do and to really reassess when you feel like you should reassess your life. As I was saying, the older that I get, the less I judge myself by societal standards. The less I focus on where society thinks I should be. And the more I focus on where my goals lie and what lies between me and my goals. I've been watching people for a long time. I'm a people watcher. And a lot of people, most people, accept the channels of activity and identity that they are given. Or they accept, or they push for something that's opposite because they're rebelling against it. There's not as many people that just try to understand their nature and go with that spiritual path. Or go with that line of reasoning, even if it's not spiritual, what have you. But as I get older, the amount of interesting people quickly shrinks. And I start to see trends among various types of people. I'm not talking about race or ethnicity or religion or even spirituality. Just observing people in their types, in their personality makeup, how their personality is made up, and perhaps why they associate this or that, good and evil, with various things, or why they are following the path that they're on. And I find that the more I try to assess other people, there's two things that can happen. One, I can get more delusional, or the other one, I start to realize that everybody has the same amount of problems, but with just different flavors. Just different flavors. So, looking at myself being 30 now, as of a few days ago, I've been trying to figure out what my path is for my spiritual progression, but also my societal progression and my relationships. And so there's a lot of things that I'm explaining as being compartmentalized, but as many of us know, they're not compartmentalized. They're overlapping, very much so, like a pie chart. And I'm asking myself, what do I really want? What do I want in life? And the answer has been recently, like, I want to find a woman that I click with spiritually and mentally, like that. But my main thing is that I need to move forward with my spiritual development. And I feel like I've been lagging on that in the past 3 years. I do spells. I connect to the Divine Mother Kali Ma and Odin. But I've fallen off my meditation practice many years ago. And I've fallen off really getting to know my connection here within myself to everything else, which meditation helps with. And I think that a very important and amazing thing to realize is that you might not need somebody else. No, I like somebody else. I don't necessarily need them. Society expects you to hook up at some point, to have children at some point, to become a mirror of what has existed in the past. Now, don't get me wrong, I do want kids. I want to get married. But you don't have to. Don't feel like you have to do something because society is pressuring you. And also, don't rely on somebody else's explanation of how far you are along your spiritual path, because they're guessing in a way that you could be more sure of as far as you assessing yourself. As long as you do so in a way that you take away your pride and your ego and your personal attachment to where you think you are in your path, and you just analyze yourself and your path. So in conclusion, I've turned 30. It's made me think about a few things. And this has kind of been just a little honest talk. At any rate, thank you very much for watching. I hope this was interesting. Feel free to shoot down comments in the comment section below on YouTube. And I hope to see all of you on the channel in the future.